Beloved listeners, we begin with a question, not for your mind, but for your heart. Have you ever achieved everything you set out to, only to find that it wasn't enough? Maybe you've bought that dream car, secured that enviable job, or found a level of financial success that once seemed unattainable. And yet here you are, still searching for something, still feeling like something is missing. The truth is, the number one cause of unhappiness in the world today has nothing to do with external circumstances. It's not about the size of your house or the balance in your bank account. It's the invisible force of desire, of the constant belief that what you have isn't enough. We live in a world that constantly tells us more is better. More money, more success, more recognition, more material things. It's a constant race, and we're all encouraged to run it. But here's the ugly truth. The more you chase, the less you catch. This constant craving for more is a trap, and it leads to a kind of emptiness that no achievement, no wealth, no success can ever fill. When you think about happiness, what comes to mind? A new car, a bigger house, a high-paying job. These are all wonderful things, of course, but none of them can truly satisfy your deeper needs. What they don't teach you is this: happiness isn't found in what you acquire or accumulate. Peace, it's found in the peace of accepting what you have right now. And when you realize that, when you embrace that truth, you begin to free yourself from the constant weight of dissatisfaction. Happiness is not something you achieve through external success. It is a choice to accept, to appreciate, and to be at peace with the present moment. Let me ask you, how much of your life have you spent chasing after things that you thought would make you happy, only to find that they didn't? How much energy have you poured into the future without appreciating the beauty of the present moment? True happiness isn't in what you don't have. It's in what you already possess right here, right now. Dear family of dreamers, now let's delve into the hidden cost of this unrelenting chase for more. The world around you tells you that more is always better. More wealth, more success, more possessions. But what if I told you that this chase, while seemingly harmless, is the root cause of your unhappiness? The problem with constantly wanting more is not just about the time and effort you invest, but about the pieces of yourself that you lose along the way. You might believe that if you just get that next promotion, land that next business deal, or buy that next house, you will finally be happy. And yet when you do, the joy fades as quickly as it appeared. Our happiness built on external achievements is fleeting, and the pursuit of more can be as consuming, draining your time, energy, and inner peace. Let me tell you a story. There was a man who spent most of his life working relentlessly to climb the corporate ladder. He worked 60-hour weeks, sacrificed his family time, and put his health on the back burner, all for the promise of that next big promotion. One day, after years of effort, he finally landed the promotion. He was now making more money than he ever imagined. But something strange happened. He wasn't happy. In fact, he was more stressed and unfulfilled than ever before. Why? Because after reaching the next milestone, the goalposts moved. There was always something more to chase, a bigger promotion, a nicer car, more recognition, and each time he achieved what he thought would bring him joy, he realized the same painful truth. The goalposts would just keep moving, and he would keep running, feeling exhausted, but never truly fulfilled. The problem is that when we place all our hope and happiness in external achievements, we neglect what matters most, our inner peace. The more we accumulate, the more we are weighed down by the demands and expectations of those very possessions. The bigger the house, the more you need to maintain it. The higher the position, the more responsibilities you carry. The more money you have, the more you must worry about keeping it. The price of more is never just financial. It's emotional, mental, and spiritual as well. Think about your own life. Can you recall moments when you were so focused on chasing something, whether it was a new car, a new job, or a higher salary, and thought, if I just get this, I'll finally be happy? And once you got it, the happiness was short-lived. Maybe you were happy for a week, a month, or even a few months, but eventually you were back to feeling that gnawing sense of dissatisfaction. This is the paradox of more. It's a fleeting satisfaction, a temporary relief from a deeper void. The truth is, the more we accumulate, the more we feel the ours pressure to maintain what we have. We start comparing ourselves to others who have more, and before long, we're back in the race, sprinting toward the next shiny object on the horizon. This is the us trap of modern life. And the cost is not just money or time. It's the us very essence of our happiness. The chase for more blinds us to the blessings of the present. The pursuit of more keeps us so focused on what we don't have that we forget to appreciate what we do have, our health, our relationships, our peace of mind, our sense of purpose. The more you chase, the more you lose yourself in the process. Dear family of dreamers, as we continue this journey, we must confront the most fundamental myth that has been ingrained in our minds since childhood, the idea that as more equals happiness. This is a dangerous illusion, one that many of us spend our entire lives chasing, only to realize far too late that happiness was never found in external accomplishments or possessions. Let me ask you this. When was the last time you found a true fulfillment after acquiring something new? Perhaps it was that car, that house, or even that promotion you've worked so hard for. For a brief moment you were overjoyed. But then what happened? As the joy fades, this is the paradox of more. As you acquire what you think will bring happiness, and it does for a moment, but that happiness is fleeting. Eventually, you find yourself desiring something else, and then the cycle repeats. This isn't just about materialism or wealth. It's about our inner nature, the belief that external success and possessions can somehow fill a void inside of us. But they can't. I'll tell you why. Best happiness doesn't come from accumulation. It doesn't come from accumulating wealth or followers or success. Happiness comes from something much deeper, something internal, not external. True fulfillment comes when you stop seeking more and start accepting what is already enough. Think of the most fulfilled people you know. Are they the ones with the biggest houses or the flashiest cars? Probably not. More likely, they are the people who have found peace in what they have. They understand that joy comes not from the accumulation of things, but from the acceptance and appreciation of what's already in front of them. The irony is this: the more you acquire, the more as you are burdened. You think the next achievement, the next possession, will bring lasting happiness, but instead it adds another layer of responsibility, stress, and anxiety. The bigger the house, the more you have to maintain. The higher your income, the more tax you have to pay. The more recognition you get, the more you have to worry about losing it. You can spend a lifetime accumulating more, only to end up with more stress, more obligations, and less peacey. It's not worth it. More doesn't make you richer in spirit. It doesn't make you happier. I want you to think of all the things you currently have: your health, your relationships, your time. Are what would happen if you spent as much energy appreciating these things as you do chasing after the next shiny object. Let me tell you a secret. True abundance is not in having more, but in appreciating what you already have. And this leads to the next truth, as happiness isn't a destination. We often think that happiness is a place we can arrive at once we reach a certain goal. But happiness is a state of being, not a future event. The more you chase after it as something to be attained, the more it slips through your fingers. So instead of chasing after more, the question you must ask yourself is, what if I were content with enough? What if I didn't need more to be happy? What if I started appreciating everything I already have? This isn't about giving up on ambition or goals. It's about realizing that happiness isn't found in achievement. It's found in acceptances, in gratitude, and in presency. Dear family of dreamers, now that we've uncovered the illusion of as and more, and the cost of pursuing it, it's time for a profound shift. A shift from pursuit to purposes. What do I mean by this? You see, for most of our lives, we are told to chase external goals, achievements, and material possessions in the name of happiness. But there is another way, a far more fulfilling way. It begins with this purpose. Purpose is the true secret to lasting happiness. When you live with purpose, your life takes on meaning far beyond external validation or fleeting achievements. It is the foundation on which you can build a sustainable happiness. Imagine waking up each morning with a clear sense of what truly matters to you. Not what society tells you should matter, but what you truly care about. Purpose isn't about climbing someone else's ladder. It's about climbing your own. It's about doing the work that brings you fulfillment, not just financial rewards or status. It's about finding joy in the process, not the result. When you lead with purpose, the pressure to chase more fades away. You realize that as success is not about accumulating more things, but about as creating a meaningful life. And the most powerful part of this is that ours purpose doesn't rely on external validation. Your purpose is yours and yours alone. It's an internal compass that guides you, regardless of what's happening outside. Let's look at an example. A man who dedicates his life to helping others, whether it's through charity work, mentoring, or simply offering support to those around him. His life is driven by purpose, not by profit. Now, this man might not have the largest bank account, the flashiest car, or the biggest house, but he is heirs rich in fulfillment because he is living in alignment with his deeper purpose. He doesn't need to accumulate more things to feel successful. He feels successful because he is living his purposey, and that brings him peace. Purpose gives you direction, clarity, and meaning. When you know your purpose, you no longer feel the need to prove yourself to others or accumulate things just to feel validated. You know that what you're doing is meaningful, and that is far more fulfilling than any material possession or accolade could ever be. I want you to reflect on this. What is your true purpose? What are you passionate about? Is it to create something meaningful, to help others, to bring joy to the world? When you focus on purpose, the pursuit of as more becomes irrelevant. Purpose frees you from the shackles of comparison. It releases you from the cycle of chasing things that don't matter, and it brings you closer to the most important thing of all, as inner peace. Dear family of dreamers, as we continue on this journey together, I want to speak to you about one of the most powerful and transformative emotions we can cultivate, gratitude. Gratitude is a key that unlocks the door to true contentment. In a world that constantly encourages you to want more, to be more, and to do more, gratitude serves as the counterbalance, reminding you that you already have everything you need to be happy. The simple practice of being thankful for what you have, rather than yearning for what you don't, can change the very fabric of your life. Let me tell you something profound. Gratitude is not just a feeling, it is a choice. It's a choice you make every day to shift your focus from what you lack to what you have. And this shift changes everything. You see, we're conditioned to focus on what we don't have. We look at the lives of others, the cars they drive, the vacations they take, the promotions they get, and we think to ourselves, if only I had that, I would be happy. But this is a dangerous mindset because it blinds us to the blessings we already have. It keeps us trapped in the cycle of always desiring more, always wanting something outside of ourselves to fill the void. But gratitude works differently. Gratitude teaches you to focus on the abundance you already have. It teaches you to appreciate your health, your relationships, your time, your opportunities. And when you do this, something incredible happens. The void is filled, not with more possessions, but with the fullness of the present moment. You begin to realize that you have more than enough. You just needed to see it. Gratitude has the power to shift your perspective. Instead of thinking, I don't have enough, you start thinking, I already have everything I need to be happy. This doesn't mean you stop striving for your goals. It doesn't mean you stop pursuing your dreams. What it means is that you stop attaching your happiness to external outcomes. You stop waiting for the next achievement, the next promotion, or the next purchase to bring you joy. You recognize that a joy is already within you, waiting to be unlocked by gratitude. Let me share a personal story with you. There was a time in my life when I was caught in the pursuit of more. More money, more success, more recognition. And for a while it worked. I achieved what I set out to achieve. But after a certain point, I found that the more I gained, the emptier I felt. The satisfaction didn't last. And I began to wonder what was missing. Then, one day, something shifted. I began practicing gratitude, truly deeply appreciating what I had at that very moment. I stopped chasing things, and I started acknowledging the blessings I already had. My health, my family, my work, the simple joys of each day. And in that shift, something profound happened. I stopped feeling empty. I stopped feeling like I was lacking. Instead, I felt as full. I realized that everything I had been searching for was already here, inside me, in my life. Gratitude changes everything. It transforms your relationship with yourself, with your work, with your relationships, and with the world around you. It frees you from the tyranny of comparison and the trap of always wanting more. It opens your heart to contentment and to the quiet, everyday joy that has always been there, waiting for you to notice. So ask yourself this: what are you grateful for today? Can you take a moment, just a moment, to appreciate the small things that often go unnoticed? The breath in your lungs, the roof over your head, the loved ones in your life. When you focus on gratitude, you realize that you don't need more to be happy. You already have everything you need. Dear family of dreamers, now we arrive at the final truth, the ultimate key to lasting happiness. It's not in more money, more success, or more possessions. It's in something far more powerful, more profound, and more fulfilling. It's found in as purpose, as gratitude, and as inner peace. As we reflect on everything we've explored in these past parts, I want to leave you with a final insight, one that has the power to change the trajectory of your life forever. It's the realization that true wealth is not measured by the size of your bank account, the label on your clothes, or the number of followers you have. True wealth is measured by your internal richness. When you live with purpose, when you know exactly what you stand for and why you're here, your life takes on meaning. Purpose grounds you in a way that as material things never can. Your purpose doesn't fade like the fleeting excitement of a new car or a new promotion. Your purpose is there's a well that never runs dry because it's tied to the essence of who you are, not to the things you acquire. Think of the people you admire most. What is it about them that makes them so compelling, so magnetic? It's not their wealth. It's not their status. It's their clarity of purpose. The way they live their lives with meaning, with intent, and with a focus on something bigger than themselves. Purpose gives life meaning. It gives you direction. And when you live a life of purpose, you begin to experience a deep sense of fulfillment that no material possession can ever match. Now, combine that with gratitude. Gratitude opens your eyes to the abundance that's already in your life. When you're grateful, you realize that happiness is not something you need to chase. It's something you create in the present moment. The more you practice gratitude, the more you see how blessed you already are. And with this awareness, you start to feel as rich in the most profound sense. Rich not in things, but rich in experiences, as relationships and as inner peace. Gratitude keeps you grounded. It keeps you present. And when you combine it with a sense of purpose, your life begins to take on a level of fulfillment that's sustainable. It's not the fleeting satisfaction of a new purchase or achievement. It's the lasting contentment that comes from knowing who you are, what you stand for, and how you can make a difference in the world. Finally, let's talk about inner peace. This is the foundation of everything. Inner peace is the antidote to the chaos of the world. It's the calm that comes from knowing that, no matter what happens externally, you are at peace with yourself. Inner peace allows you to stop chasing external validation. It frees you from the tyranny of comparison. It gives you the ability to remain content in the face of a world that constantly demands more. Thus, when you have inner peace, you don't need more to feel complete. You are already complete. Think about it. What would your life be like if you woke up every day with a sense of purpose, a heart full of gratitude, and a mind at peace? How much more fulfilled would you feel if you stopped seeking happiness in things and started finding it in yourself? The truth is, this kind of life is available to you right now. It's not in the future. It's not in the next promotion or purchase. It's in your own heart. I want you to take a moment and reflect. What's truly important to you? What brings you joy? What gives your life meaning? Your answers are your purpose. And the moment you begin living in alignment with your purpose, you'll find that the need for more fades away. You'll realize that you are already riches, not in material wealth, but in the things that matter most. You don't need to wait for some future achievement or possession to feel content. Contentment is a choice, and it starts with embracing purpose, practicing gratitude, and finding peace within yourself. I hope this journey through these truths has helped you see that true wealth The wealth of happiness, peace, and fulfillment is not found in external things, but in the choices you make each day. Let this be the moment you decide to shift your focus. Stop chasing more. Start living with purpose. Start being grateful. And start finding peace within yourself. This is the true path to lasting happiness. May you walk this path with clarity, grace, and abundance. Dear family of dreamers, as we bring this journey to a close, I want you to remember one simple truth. A true happiness doesn't lie in more. It lies in purpose, gratitude, and inner peace. When you stop chasing external validation and start embracing what truly matters, you will find that everything you seek, fulfillment, joy, and contentment, has been within you all along. Living with purpose brings meaning to your life. Practicing gratitude opens your eyes to the abundance already around you, and cultivating inner peace frees you from the tyranny of comparison and the endless chase for more. You don't need to look elsewhere. You are already enough. Live each day with intention, be grateful for what you have, and find peace within yourself. That is the key to lasting happiness and the richness of life that can never be taken away. Embrace this truth and step forward into a life that is truly fulfilling. Your journey toward Da's inner wealth begins today.